Welcome to Soft Power Investment, the podcast about building influence, connection, and authority. I am your host, Dr. Bobuso, and each week I explore how everyday actions, relationships, and ideas create the kind of impact money can buy. Now, let's get into today's story. Let me tell you about Eli. Eli works in a professional circle where everyone talks about ambition. They post big goals, share motivational quotes, and speak confidently about next moves. On the surface, it looks driven. Underneath, not much changes. When projects stall, people blame timing. When plans fail, they blame the market. When habits slip, they joke about burnout. The group feels supportive, but the support comes in the form of cosigned excuses. Nobody wants to be the one who disrupts the comfort. Eli listens for a long time. Then he makes a different decision about how he will show up. Rather than echoing the same soothing lines, Eli starts asking hard, specific questions in private. You said you are building a course. Where is the outline? You said you want clients. How many offers did you send last week? You said you are tired of this job. What job did you apply to in the last 30 days? Eli doesn't embarrass people in public. He does not lecture them. He simply refuses to let vague language pass without contact with reality. When someone tells a story that does not match their behavior, Eli holds up a mirror in their face. At first, that makes people uncomfortable. Some pull back if you stop calling as often, but others lean in because they realize something. Eli is the only one in the circle who treats their goals seriously rather than as entertainment. Over time, a pattern appears. The people who keep talking loosely drift toward the comfortable crowd. The people who are serious start sending Eli updates unprompted because they know he will ask anyway. Eli becomes the checkpoint in their lives. They text him when they hit milestones. They want decisions pass him when they are about to retreat into an old pattern. Not because Eli is perfect, but because he will not lie to them to preserve the mood. Eli never asks for this role. He does not call himself a coach. He has no official platform. Yet, he becomes a reference point for a group of people whose lives start to look different 3 years later because he refused to participate in the delusions. Then something familiar happens. As his influence within the group grows, someone complains that Eli is too harsh or not supportive enough. A few people try to pressure him to soften his question or frame everything as positive, even when they are not. They want the benefits of clarity without the discomfort of accountability. They want him to act like everyone else, validate feelings, avoid friction, and keep the group safe from honest reflection. Eli has a choice to make. He can round his edges and protect harmony, or he can protect the function he truly serves. He decides to protect the function. He tells people directly, if you want comfort, you can get that anywhere. If you ask me what I think, I will answer truthfully. If you don't want that, don't ask. Some drift away. The ones who stay adjust their expectations. They stop coming to him for emotional bandages and start coming to him for alignment. The relationships get clearer and the value increases. Eli doesn't need everyone to like him. He wants the people who are ready to be honest to know there is at least one person in their life who will not cosign the excuses. Eli never wants a program, never builds a brand, and never posts a thread about accountability. And yet, he holds a kind of soft power that most people will never admit they envy. Eli is the mirror in the room that cannot be bought with flattery, status, or performance. People become sharper around him, not because he gives them new information, but because he refuses to let them hide from the information they already have. That is soft power investment. You build it when you trade being liked in the moment for being trusted over time. The question for you is simple. In your circle, are you surrounding yourself with people who will protect your comfort, or with at least one person who will protect your growth, even if it costs them a bit of your approval? Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who believes in leading through action, trust, and creativity. And remember, soft power is about consistency, credibility, and care. Until next time, keep investing in what truly builds your influence and your reputation.